Hello, this is Violet Crest, and today I'm gonna go to the Piklopedia and the treasures and read some items that we've collected so far. This will be a Piklopedia episode. If you don't like this episode, which is totally understandable, I'm just reading, but I will be going through some of these, so I want to read all of these. Oh, here we go. So here we go. Fiery Blowhog. Did I read you before? Did I read? It's new, so I don't think I did. But then again, it might. I think I did read that one. Iridescent Flint Beetle. Pellet envelopens flint beetle family. Flint beetles are nocturnal, choosing to hide in the grass by day and stay active at night. These creatures keep undigested food, pellets, in their stomachs to sustain them through winter. But given the right stimulus, they will spit them out. Recent research has revealed that these pellets are enveloped in a membrane that seals and preserves them in a sterile, all airtight environment. If kept at room temperature, it seems that this pellet membrane will keep its contents fresh for up to 6 months. The membrane may be made from the same substance that gives the exoskeleton of the flint beetle its beautiful sheen. And there you go. I did not know all that about the flint beetle. No wonder, well, no wonder why the Pikmin are so fascinated by it. The female sheargrub. Hymegia mandibulaza. Jeez, it's hard words, Almar. Mandiblard family. The males of this species are purple and black creatures with tapered mouths, while the females are lighter in colour and lack of armoured exoskeleton. As with most mandiblards, these creatures have regressed to the point where they have lost both legs and wings. So the sheargrubs lost their wings and legs. Okay. They can be seen crawling around the ground and are believed to feed on the vegetable extracts from the congealed fluids of expired Pikmin. Ooh, that's dark. Okay. Male sheargrubs. This specimen is a male sheargrub. Having lost both legs and wings, the male burrows into the soil and waits to ambush small creatures that pass by. These beasts' mandibles can be dangerous, making creatures such as Pikmin easy prey. Good to know. The burrownet family. Cloaking burrownet. The snake eye pattern on this beast's shell is one of the most distinctive features of the burrownet family. The red pattern of the cloaking burrownet and the spikes around its mantle make it easily identifiable, while still making a representative specimen of the burrownet family. The shell on the cloaking burrownet's back also provides a frame that fixes its muscular structure in place and appears to give the creature its powerful needle-launching attack. They are quite dangerous. You have to watch. The ravenous whisker pillar. Very noisy. As a species of the insect has only recently been discovered, fully mature specimens have yet to be collected. Ooh. I do wonder if we'll see these guys in Pikmin 4 maybe. No molting or metamorphosis has been observed during the observation period, making it unlikely that mature Whiskerpillars will be encountered anytime soon. Based on active predation by Pikmin, it is believed that the Whiskerpillar's place in the food chain has not changed over time. Okay. This one you don't see a lot. Metite. Unknown family. Ooh. These parasitic insects feed on eggs. Upon reaching maturity, they excrete a special pheromone that attracts females of particular species, enticing these females to swallow the mimite's whole. Pikmin, however, seem to dislike the scent. After entering the host female's body, the mitites lay their own eggs. Ooh, but dark. Inside the host's eggs just prior to the host spawning. Damn. If you didn't know it now, Pikmin, it's a nice game, but it does have a lot of dark turns, and like entries on these. Cool though, cool. Oh, missed. I did this one. The white one though. The ivory candy pop bud. Research from our most recent expedition has confirmed the presence of candy pop buds in the subterranean regions. Considering the micro ecologies this plant has been found in, one could surmise that it could be found in any cavern, regardless of the geographical regions. Tossing Pikmin into this flower always produces white Pikmin seeds, regardless of the colour of Pikmin tossed in. In many cases, plants with small leaves typically have limited photosynthetic capabilities, and thus must find alternative means of obtaining nutrients, with parasitic and predatory behaviour being most common. A candy pop could be considered one such example. That's a name. Creeping chrysanthemum. What a name. Chrysanthemum. Like Pikmin, the creeping chrysanthemum is a member of a group of creatures with ambulatory. If I'm butchering these words, just ignore that. just let it flow. Just let it flow. Chill out. Have a sip of your tea, coffee. Just listen to the words. Root structures. This creature is known as a mimic, but because it is actually a form of plant, this label is not entirely accurate. For unknown reasons, the creeping chrysanthemum mimicry does not fool Pikmin, perhaps because they share a similar heritage. It reveals on preying upon other creatures to provide sustenance, so it has no need of leaves for photosynthesis. Generally speaking, the role of plants within an ecosystem is as a producer species, and thus plants are generally found at the bottom of the food pyramid. However, on this strange planet, the line between producer plants and consumer plants is blurred. Honeywisp. These are pretty cool. This floating lifeform drifts effortlessly on the winds. Upon death, its physical structure instantly collapses, and as the creature is particularly exclusive and difficult to catch, no sample specimen has been acquired as of yet. if we could simply recover a live sample. Research of this species would likely proceed more smoothly. Maybe get a live one, because they apparently just die. They're like spirits. Oh, cool. Common glowcap. The light emitted from this rare mushroom is neither a reflection nor a release of stored light. It grows not only on decomposing trees, but also on soil and rocks. This mushroom's fungal filaments are capable of stabilizing and concentrating pure Hocketanium 111. It is none other than the Hocketanium 111 approaching the point of critical mass that causes the glowcap's blue luminescence. Okay. This is really interesting. I love reading these. The clover family. This is a naturalized species. These plants are extremely persistent, and with the assistance of a symbiotic fungus that grows on its roots, the species is able to survive even in drought conditions. Typically, its leaves come in groupings of 3, but intense impact on the leaving stem early in the development cycle can result in an extremely rare 4-leaf cluster. Dandelion. This perennial grows best in locations with full sun exposure. Its flowers boast countless tiny yellow petals packed together in a head. The species seems to have as many weed-like variants as petals. So more detailed research on these plants would best be left to be a botanical research specialist. Oh, like a botanist. Oh yeah. Like Brittany. Horsetail. This variety of horsetail is prevalent in regions with low nutrient content in the soil, and like most other plants, this particular species propagates itself through the release of spores. Margaret. The chrysanthemum. This plant's delicate yellow flowers often inspire waves of nostalgia. Giving a bittersweet feeling to any who gaze upon it. Fiddlehead fern family. At first glance, this plant resembles the spring used in the ship's sunlight engine. Many of its most primitive characteristics remain intact, including its habitat of spreading through the dispersal of spores. And then we have the big boy, or the big girl actually. Empress Bulwax. Grub dog family. Initial observations placed doubt on the capability of the grub dog family to support a strong ant or bee-like social structure. But recent studies show that the family is capable of such complexity. The egg sac of the largest female grub dog within a given range swells to dramatic proportions in response to environmental changes, such as the sudden depletion of prey species. These females temporarily take the role of pack Maria-rich. Also, in pack formation, it has been observed that nearly all males not involved in species reproduction undergo natural sex changes. The characteristics of such specimens are quite intriguing indeed. Here's our favourite, Burn Snagret. The Snavian family. The majority of snaglet species lie in wait to ambush and capture prey. with a body type perfectly adapted to such sudden strikes. It violently attacks small surface-dwelling insects, distributed across a relatively wide range. Subspecies of snaglet suited to the varying soil conditions have emerged, making the snaglet the most geographically represented species besides the bulborb. Visually resembling the burrowing snaglet is the burrowing snarrow, the range of which partially overlaps with the snaglet's range. While the two may appear similar, when pulled from the ground, they can be distinguished by the presence or absence of tail and wing markings. Okay. Now we could go over to these. Whoa. You got the survival series. These will sell like hotcake cakes to scientists and entrepreneurs. Sales pitch. I found this fascinating fruit while out exploring today. The skies cleared up and I felt peaceful watching the pink flower petals flutter in the wind. During this perilous expedition, it seems strange to have such soft-hearted, romantic thoughts. If I told my wife about this, I'm sure I'd get laughed at again. This dubious morsel doesn't look like it would be very agreeable with my innards. However, I bet Louis would try a bite. His appetite is insatiable, and he's always cooking up tasty meals. I'm glad that on this expedition our ship's rector can power our life support systems. Grassy plains and meadows on this planet are carpeted with brilliantly coloured flowers in bloom. When I entered the atmosphere on my descent from space, I was stunned by the vibrant sight. The other day, a group of white Pikmin under my command detected an object buried under the surface and immediately began to dig it up. This colossal flower bulb. Somehow, it hadn't yet sprouted into a towering flower. I plan to take it back to Hockley and grow it. I'll be cool in Pikmin 4. If Almar's there, you can see him, like you can see his home and him actually with this bulb like grown. How cool would that be? I have once again discovered a completely undocumented species of Pikmin. These white Pikmin can find and dig up items that are buried entirely underground. We never would have found this priceless treasure without them. Thankfully, it's the perfect stuff to patch a hole I just noticed on the ship's hull. P.S. I named the cave where I first encountered the white Pikmin the White Flower Garden. Petrified Heart. The vivid colour of this redstone reminds me of my wife's eyes. When they burn with rage, just between you and me, I've noticed lately that she's been getting more wrinkless. Now that I think about it, I've probably caused her a lot of stress. When I return to Hockatate, I'll take her on a long vacation. Luck wafer. What a strange pattern. When I look at it, I can feel good fortune smiling down on me. If I could just buy a lottery ticket right now, I'd win. Computers view the world in ones and zeros, but my people are different. Our world isn't simply black or white, right or wrong. Everybody is different. Maybe one day the ship will understand that, and maybe one day it won't give me sass when I ask it to collect a slimy specimen. Dream Architect. At night, I have nothing to do to keep me occupied. I've been searching for something to dull the boredom, but every time I find something I want to play with it's broken. This object is a great example. It looks fascinating, but I can't get it to function. I guess all I have to do is write in this journal. Stone of Glory. This is a particular object. Just looking at it fills me with a powerful sense of nostalgia. Now that I think about it, the Pikmin had a curious look on their faces when they carried it, or maybe that was just my imagination. Cosmic Archive. The cave we searched today was lined with flames, spew and spouts. The temperature in the cave was absolutely stifling. Oh, that reminds me, I completely forgot to tell Louie about Red Pikmin. He's so quiet. I sometimes forget he's even there. This item I salvaged from the cave seems to be some kind of storage device, but I have no way to play it back the contents. Survival ointment. Ointment. In a survival situation, the most important things are water, courage, and a first aid kit. I've got water and an endless supply of courage, but I don't have a first aid kit. Sometimes I don't have a whole lot of motivation either. I may be daring explorer. Oh, motivation. Either I may be a daring explorer, but sometimes I just want to loaf around all day and sleep. Wait, what if the president reads his journal? I'd never dream of slacking on the job, yeah. Healing cask. I'm shocked. I can't believe this is the only stock of medical supplies we've got. If one of us were to get ill or injured, we'd be in serious trouble. We'll have to be sure to watch our step and always wash our hands. We could also search for medicine among the treasures we've collected. There are several different patterns drawn on this object's surface. They appear to be characters or letters, but I can't make any sense of them. This is just an educated guess, but I wonder if this object is a kind of alien bulletin board. The size of the object seems about right for it. Drought Ender. Today I delivered an impromptu lecture on the basics of wilderness survival. As Louie's superior, it's my responsibility to teach him these skills. Walking around as much as we do generates an intense thirst, so water becomes very important. I told Louie that we have to ration our water carefully. That's why I was thinking until I found this. I was so parched that I couldn't help myself. I drank all the water in the canteen. It tasted so good, but when I turned around, Louie gave me a cold stare. The prototype detector. Today we searched a subterranean lair swarming with carnivorous bugs. The name Hole of Beasts immediately came to mind. The convenient contraption I found there has become an invaluable treasure seeking tool. When it approaches a piece of treasure, the gadget beeps and the needle moves to the right. When all of the treasure in an area has been collected, the device powers down. When we left Hoggetay, I thought we'd never be able to pay off the company's debt. But thanks to this gadget, I'm feeling optimistic about the outcome of this daring mission. Five-man knapsack. I'd love to lie down in the grass, bask in the sun, and take an afternoon nap. But with all these Pikmin following me, I can never seem to relax. I should remember to press X to dismiss the Pikmin, and then press and hold X to take a nap. The last time I tried it, the Pikmin picked me up while I slept and carried me away to their onion. Hold your space horses, Pikmin. I'm not a pellet or a piece of treasure. Then I woke up. Great galaxies! It was all just a dream, wasn't it? And there we go. There's all of the recent things we've found. Very interesting, I would say. If you enjoyed that, then leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next Pikmin 2 episode. Bye bye.